Hello there. You know, I hear this question all the time, both from my learners in class and from viewers watching my lessons on YouTube. What exactly is the difference between can and could? Well, in this lesson, I'm going to guide you through three key differences between these two modal verbs, and I'll help you learn how to use them clearly and naturally without making mistakes. And, as always, there will be a quiz at the end of the video to check understanding. Let's start with the very first and most basic use of can. We use can to talk about ability, something you are able to do. Here are some simple examples. I can swim. He can drive a car. She can solve difficult math problems. So, what do all these sentences mean? They all show present ability, things people are able to do now. Now, what about could? Well, could is simply the past tense of can. For example, I could swim when I was a child. That means I had the ability to swim in the past, but now I can't swim because it's been a long time and I'm out of practice. Here are a couple more examples. He could drive long distances before his accident. That means he had the ability in the past, but he doesn't have that ability anymore. She could solve very difficult problems when she was in college. In other words, she was very good at it in the past. So, in these sentences, can shows present ability and could shows past ability. This is the first difference between the two. Now let's move on to the second difference, which is possibility. When we want to talk about what is possible, we usually use could, not can. Let me give you a situation. Imagine you and I are standing at a train station. The train is supposed to arrive, but we don't see it yet. So I might say, the train could be late. That means it is possible the train is late, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm making a guess about the current situation, saying what is possible. Here's another example. If you don't study, you could fail the exam. Am I saying you will definitely fail? No. You could also pass. I'm just saying that failing is a possibility if you don't study. Notice that this sentence is talking about future possibility. Now, you might be wondering, can we talk about past possibility? Yes, we can. Here's an example. Mike could have gotten the job if he had attended the interview. So what does this mean? There was a job interview, it was possible for Mike to go, and it was possible for him to get the job. But he didn't attend the interview, so he didn't get the job. So we use could to talk about possibility in the past, the present, and the future. However, there is one special case where we can use can for possibility, and that is when we talk about general facts. For example, you can catch a cold if you go out in the rain. Living in big cities can be expensive. You can see these are not about a specific situation. In these cases, using can is fine, but in everyday conversation, when we talk about real situations, we usually prefer could. Remember that. Now, let's move on to the final difference, which is about politeness when we speak to people. There are four common situations you need to know. Number one, making suggestions. We could try that new Mexican cafe tonight. You could ask your cousin to help you with some money. In the first sentence, I'm making a suggestion about where we can have dinner. In the second sentence, I'm suggesting a possible solution to a problem. Using could makes the suggestion sound soft and polite. Number two, making requests. Here, both can and could are possible. Can you pass me the sugar? Could you pass me the sugar, please? On the phone, can I speak to Aman? Could I speak to Aman, please? Did you notice that I used please with could? That's because could sounds more polite than can. If you're in a formal situation, like talking to your manager, use could. With friends or family, can is perfectly fine. Number 3, making offers. Can I get you a cup of coffee? Could I get you a cup of coffee, sir? Can I help you with your bags? Could I help you with your bags, ma'am? In all of these sentences, I'm offering help. Again, could adds extra politeness. And number 4, asking for permission. Can I borrow your notebook? Could I borrow your notebook, please? Can I leave work early tomorrow? Could I leave work early tomorrow? If you're very friendly with your manager, can is fine. If the situation is formal, could is the better choice. All right, if you're ready, it's now time for the quiz. On the screen, you'll see 8 sentences. In each one, choose can or could. Pause the video, think about your answers, then play the video again to check. So, here are the answers. So, how many did you get right? Let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you liked this lesson, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button to get my latest lessons right here on YouTube. Happy learning, and I'll see you in the next lesson.